I guess what I'm trying to say is if you already got a highlight on something that you later want to add a note to, you don't have to click on it and add a note differently like this. Right click on it and then add a note, or click on it here and add a note. There's already a file because you've colored it. It just doesn't have a note icon on it because it's not selected. You've already got, these are already notes. All right, if you're like me, I like to sometimes just read the Bible and highlight it without adding notes, right? So I don't want to have to think about what this is an interesting part in the Bible right here. I just want to highlight it. I'm a big highlighter, I guess you could say. Whoever's born of God does not continue to sin. I like that. I like that. Okay. So I'm struggling with sin. What does that mean? It means that I need to grow, continue to grow. That's all that means. So I'm highlighting along here, and the children of the devil act like this, and I'm just highlighting this right here. But let's say, later I want to make some notes on it, but not right now. So I want to show you this kind of mess you heard from the beginning. Okay. And so if you're like me, you like to highlight certain things in the Bible, and you don't want to mess with notes right now. Marvel not my brother, and I showed you. So we're highlighting and we're highlighting. Whosoever hates his brother is a murderer. Don't hate people. Okay, now I close this out and come back to it a week later, and I got these highlights here. Now I want to start adding notes and linking scriptures and, this kind of thing. Maybe citing commentaries, looking up dictionaries, looking up the lemmas and all this stuff. What I can do is, if I've already got something highlighted here, all I got to do is click on it. Instead of doing it again, like highlighting it here, or right-clicking on the 11 and adding a note down here at the bottom. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you already got a highlight on something that you later want to add a note to, you don't have to click on it and add a note differently like this. Right-click on it and then add a note, or click on it here and add a note. There's already a file because you've colored it. It just doesn't have a note icon on it because it's not selected. You've already got, these are already notes. And this is what I had to learn and finally figure out with logos. If I already got something highlighted, there's already a note file there. You just can't see the indicator. So if you want to come back to some of your highlights, like whoever's born of God does not commit sin or continue to sin, and say these aren't there, these are different notes. Say you want to add a note to this, or let's just go down to the next one. In this the children of the devil are manifest. Oh, I want to make a note on it. You don't have to highlight it and click it and then add a note, or go here and add a note. There's already, since there's a highlight, there's already a file there. How do you access it? Right click on it, open annotation, boom. Now look at this. Here's the note. There's the color to that note. You can right now, there's this citation, there's the book, there's the scripture. Here's the blank note, and it's not showing because you see the start part up here? It's on nothing. If I were to select a circle and a color or a green, now I've added to that color. See the color there? Come back over here. Now I see there's your note, and you haven't even wrote anything in there yet. This is just an open note on the color that you put last week, or in this case, it's an example. Here's another note right here. Now this is empty. But now you can see that each one of these colors is actually a note waiting for you to write in it, because you haven't activated it yet or turned it on in that capacity doesn't mean it's not a note. This is pretty cool. I kind of like that. Down here again, whosoever hates his brother is a murderer. I don't see any note there, but I know that there's an empty note there. It's not turned on, and I haven't wrote anything in it yet. Or maybe I have. Open it up. See, open annotation. Come over here. There's the scripture, 1 John 3:15 in the Bible. Let's go back over here and make sure. Yep, 15. And see, there's no note because I haven't turned it on up here. Come up here, hit this button. Let's make this one blue or purple or pink or whatever. And then I still haven't wrote anything in it, but anyway, you can still see now there's a note there. So now I've gotten empty notes that I can see the icon to on old colors that I put on last week, or whenever you put the color on. I just did it now for the example. Here's another one right here. Obviously, if I right click it, hit annotation, I can show the note visible, and I can start writing into these things. So here you go. Let's say I want to put a note in here. I come back to it tomorrow, the next day. All I got to do is click on that now. It'll open up the note over here, and then I can see my notes, or I can add notes now. Now I can add a note, and then every time I click on it, let's click this one. Boom. This one should be empty. Come over here. You'll see the color. You'll see and you'll see the verse, the book that it's in. It's empty. Add note here. Okay, now all I got to do is whenever I'm reading along and I want to go back over what I already highlighted and start adding notes, just remember, you already got a note there. The color is a note. All you got to do is right-click it, open it up, come over here, add the color, add the note, and then you'll be able to add the icon at the top, and then boom, it'll pop up over here like it did. Or you could add a note and turn off the note. So let's say you don't want to see this note. Yeah, I got a note there, but I don't want to see the note. Come over here, just turn this thing off, and your note will be, and it'll be here. You'll still have the note here. The highlight's still there. See, this is the highlight. You don't want the highlight. Turn the highlight off. Or change the highlight right here. Change it to blue. Change it to anything. Change it to one of your customary note colors, right here. How about we change it to one of those customary colors I did? Let's try that. Boom. All right, now let's see if that's changed it. Yep, it changed it here. Come over here. Did it change it? Where are we at? Yep, it changed it down here at the bottom. That's my customary note. Now, I have a note there, but I can't see the note because I turned it off. To me personally, I don't know which highlights have notes or not. I'm not going to, if I'm going to make a note on something like this right here, this little star, I'm not going to turn it off. So that, to me, that doesn't make sense. If I'm going to have a note, then turn the note on, right? So I know that there's a writing there. There's a note there. This one does not have a writing. This one doesn't. This one does. And to me, I wouldn't turn it off. But anyway, the point of this video is if you already have color on your book, you don't have to go and create a new note. Just add to the note file that's already there. The color is a note. It is a note. So anyway, I love you guys. God bless you. Take care. Peace.